What up, what up, what up, what up? It is your boys, the DM podcast, and we're doing it a little late night after the Raptors Summer League game, which I'm going to probably talk about because I was watching most of the game. Also, I'm watching Copa America, and the game is almost done. Argentina just scored like 1-0. Messi got injured, so he's out. Colombia is trying. Colombia is trying, and I'm not too sure if they're gonna get it. They have like what 2-3 minutes left to go, and the game will be done, and Argentina is gonna win. I just wanted to add that as well. But before I continue, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, how is the co-host YS? How you doing?
You already know, every day above ground.
Of course, of course, of course. As long as we're above ground, we're good. You know, before this is a ball podcast, but eventually we're gonna start talking about like a bunch of random other stuff, just because that's just how life goes. Um, Soccer fans are some of the craziest fans in the world. In the
Uh,
world, soccer fans are one of the most craziest fans in the world. And there was like videos of fans who didn't pay tickets trying to watch this game, this Copa America game. It's pretty intense, right? And they're playing this game in Miami. And we already know Miami has a larger Latin population,
Probably the heaviest out in the States, probably.
right? That's probably them in Texas or something.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Colombia is fighting, but I thought Colombia was gonna win because they were like I think they showed a sign that they had the ball for like 55-60% of the game. So they had a large portion of the possessions. And then Argentina, they got a really good goal. I'm quite shocked. Quite shocked. So I don't know. I know we're gonna talk ball, but these soccer fans and these men are sweating. But I'm thinking like I know they run a
Constant.
lot.
Yes, that's really what it is, that constant.
Yeah, but I also think it's the Miami Heat.
That
Pardon the
too.
pun. Pardon the pun. It is the
That,
Miami Heat,
that too, that too. It's both.
right? Messi right now, just a picture of Messi just smiling because he's about to win. Oh, Argentina looks like they're about to score again. Look like they're about to tackle the man. Um, with Copa America, it's different than Euro because it's way more physical than
Yeah,
Euro.
yeah.
Way more physical. Euro is a lot more fun. Even all this is finesse as well, but they let the guys play. Like mans are falling, like get up.
I like that. I like professional sports, a little more physicality.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
NBA playoffs, right? A little more
yeah,
physicality, right? Which
yeah.
is needed.
It is. It is. But we have a podcast to do. We're gonna go through some like what does the standings look like right now after all the off season has been done. I was gonna talk. I'll start off talking about some summer league stuff. The Raptors are now 2-0 in summer league. Talk about some players that I'm not sure if you got to watch summer league, so I'm just gonna
You know what?
spiel.
I haven't got to watch any summer league as of yet. Like I haven't. You see what I'm saying? But you know what it is. You know what it is.
We'll talk about Brunson's extension.
Shout out to Clemson.
Kawhi out of the U.S. team.
Not
Um,
surprised.
Derek White's in. Jaylen Brown is kind of pissed off about it. So they had a scrimmage against Canada. It was a scrimmage. There's nothing
Shout
much
out to
to look
Cam
into it.
Newton. Shout out to Cam Newton. That's all I gotta say. Shout out Cam Newton.
Wow, what did Cam Newton say?
Cam Newton asked Brown about
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
shout out to
He did. He did. And he just said, "Oh, I have a pretty shorty," which he does. He does have a pretty shorty.
300, 300,
Like,
300.
and then he's like, "Oh, I'm out here." But this is where like Gilbert Arenas or one of them said it. Like the whole Team USA, and we'll probably chime into it. There's something with like the whole Nike or Adidas thing. Like they're bringing mans who are on a Nike deal. And I think Jalen Brown's more of an Adidas deal. So it seems
Minus
kind of
Curry.
funny.
Minus Curry. I have to interrupt. Minus Curry.
Yeah, minus Curry, right? So this, and I think even Ant is on with Adidas. He's not with Nike.
That's what it is. So I don't.
That's
I,
what I'm
I always
saying.
hear politics with
It
Team USA and just been politics, and I've first heard about it with BD, Baron Davis, with
right.
Coach K. Like I heard about it. This is like early 2000s. So there's been politics. Look at with Jordan and Isaiah Thomas on that. That's 35 years ago, 30
Right,
years.
right.
So it's just what it is. Like even when there's high school ball team, it's like they already know who's gonna be on the team before the team. There's always that's life. There's always gonna be politics,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that's just sports, right? So there's nothing to really like
on every
dive
level.
into. Yeah, but we'll probably mention a little bit more about it. But okay, let me tell you some summer league stuff that has happened.
Okay.
One, the Raptors are 2-0 in summer league.
Shout out to the Raptors. Shout out to the Raptors.
They're actually a pretty deep team in the
Okay.
sense of summer league wise.
Yeah.
A lot of young guys, a lot of guys who kind of played last year in the league, who because the Raptors weren't good, who are in the summer league this year. There's some guys I think you're gonna like. They have this white guy who played really well this game and last game. His last name is Carlson. He was in the University of Utah. He's a
Okay.
big man. He's a center. Looks about
Is he a stretch five?
yes, he is. That's what I'm talking about. Because the man can shoot the ball.
He can shoot the ball. He can
He
play
can shoot
defense.
the ball. He has a really nice like. He's the type of man that in like 3 years you're gonna trust him for honestly probably 20 minutes a game. If he's not your starter, you can trust him to shoot like threes and play defense. He's not trash at defense. He can play defense.
So I
It's
love.
official. Argentina has won Copa America. I'm gonna turn off my TV so I don't get too distracted. Shouts out to Messi. Shouts out to Messi. Good job, Messi.
That was Argentina.
Shouts out to all the Argentinians out there. But yeah, like he can shoot the three.
Yeah.
He can shoot the three very well. I was really impressed by him. Let me say, he's a starting center, and he was 1 for 4 shooting the three, but like he had 6 blocks, like
Six.
six.
He's a
Yeah.
defender.
He's a good defender, right? And like, of course, man's in the league will do whatever because it's still the league, right? Like they're gonna see this tall white guy who played in the University of Utah, and they may feel a type of way. But you know who also played in the
Something is a
University?
Mormon.
You know who else played in the University of Utah? Jakob. Okay,
He can
so
ball. He can
and then
ball.
like even like him, DeLon Wright, even Kuzma, they're kind of steady players. Like they're steady players. Kuzma makes a little bit more mistakes, but he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Kuzma's a more consistent player who doesn't make too much mistakes.
Yeah. He
That's
is.
what I think this guy can be. Like he could be a guy who doesn't make like Raptors Twitter loves this guy already. Like I love him. I think I'm all for this year. If we're not even tanking, but if we're trying to figure out what we have, everybody play.
I agree with that comment. Everybody play. I agree with that.
I'm not here for this. Oh, let's let this person play 20, 30 minutes a game. No, no, no. If we're not trying to win, like if we're just taking a different route, I want to see what's our future look like.
The route I feel like we should be taking is what you were suggesting. You know what I mean? The develop.
Right.
Let's see what these guys can do before assigning roles,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because it's like, okay, you guys are going with Scotty, you guys are going with quickly, da 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 da. Cool, right? I kind of feel like those roles were prematurely assigned in
I
a
do
sense,
agree. I do agree.
right? So you have to kind of give them a little bit more time to see, you know what I mean? That's my opinion on that. So it's just, I agree with you said, let these guys play. Let these guys play. Give these guys, they're 15, even if they're on a leash, give them like a 10 minutes, still see what enough you can do, and give it to them in stretches. Don't give a man like a minute and 2 minutes at the beginning of the quarter, 2 minutes at the end, 2 minutes in the second, and you know what I mean? Don't
Right.
give them in good stretches. That's
Let
all.
him make a mistake and don't hook him right away. Let him make the mistake.
Let them make the mistake and don't be quick. Come on, sub. Don't be quick,
Right.
right?
Right.
Right.
So he's been good. Grady Dick had a really good first game. He hasn't hit a 3-point shot this whole time. So he's like 0 of 8, 0 of 9. But
Brady
last
in
yeah, but
summer
last
league, this
game,
is not the league, and
uh
he's hit a shot in the league already.
like last game, the thing is, his first game was really good, and he was like 0 of 4 shooting three, but he was like 16, and the man got like 8, 9 rebounds. He had a
That's
couple assists. Like he had an overall good game. He was diving for loose balls, like he was doing everything else. And like you just said, if we're saying it's Scotty's team, it's Emmanuel Quickly's team, it's RJ Barrett's team, like it's those three guys we're gonna mainly focus on. What does everyone else bring to the table? Well, we need to see what everyone else can bring. How hard can you play?
which is true. Which
Right?
is
Like we need that, right? So I thought in that sense he played well. This game, it's like he was kind of forcing it. And I think like he saw Julian Strother, I'm saying a straw water, something like that, from the Denver Nuggets. He's also a second year guy. The man was shooting five of like he was first of all 4 of 4 shooting the three. Then he was like 5 of 5. Then he eventually started missing. And it's like you were probably trying to compete. Don't try to compete. Play your game. Play your game. And the thing is, the Raptors were down this game like 10, 20. They were like down about 1 point, 12, 13 points. They end up winning the game. Basically because the guys that they've gotten play defense. Like I said, that center plays defense. They have this guy named Schneed who's from Houston. He is a great defender. He's small, so he's like a miniature guard, but he can play defense and he's a winner.
small, like how small, under 6 foot,
He probably like a Fred VanVleet. He probably like a Fred VanVleet.
10, 11. Ooh,
Yeah, he
that,
probably a Fred VanVleet.
you got to be
But
very elite.
but he
Very,
plays defense. He's a really good defender, and he's gonna be right. And he's like I said, he's a winner. He's a winner. So he's gonna be in it. The
okay.
Raptors got to keep him. I think he has a winning type attitude. He's gonna make winning plays.
Okay. Who do you think could make the roster?
All
Some
these guys really, because like who's on your roster now, right? And then like you have the rookie Jacoby who showed a lot of flashes. He did like a step back kind of thing, jumper. He broke from his man, hit a nice little midi. He they did an interview with him, and the player that he likes to put his game as is Kawhi. He's like, I'm not flashy, but I'm gonna try to get the job done.
I like that answer though. That's
Why is
mature.
good, right? It's
That's
better than saying like, "Oh, I want to be freaking Kyrie." Like,
yeah.
no, that's not your game, right? I think he's a little bit more flashy, but he shoots the three well, and he's a good defender. That's all we can really ask for right now, right? If you can play some defense and shoot an open shot, that's all we can ask for.
Definitely.
So this team, like, there's even a guy named Carton. He's a backup point guard. He played well. There's Javon Freeman Liberty who played last year. He's like he's a he's more like a guard off your bench who can score. He can kind of play make. He's like Malik Monk is an elite player in
Yeah.
it for his role,
Yes.
right?
Definitely.
Javon Freeman Liberty kind of has a little bit of that in his game. Like can score the basket. May not shoot the three as well, but he can get a bucket if you
Okay.
need it.
Love the shot.
Right. So he's another guy you want to see play, right? There's a few guys. Now, I'll tell you a guy who disappointed me. I think Raptors Twitter is almost about to fall off of this guy real quick. Oche Abaji, the guy we got from the Jazz. Because to me, the Raptors are missing a starting like two or three, like a defender. Oche can guard.
You're supposed to be that guy. Yeah.
He can guard.
You
Now you
definitely.
want to see the offensive side. And I'll tell you right now, these two games, you haven't seen it. If I can talk about all of summer league as a whole, a lot of those second year guys,
Yeah.
the Cat Whitmores, the Brandon Millers, all the Strouders, even like I said, Grady Dick, have all played really well.
They should be.
Right?
The
They're all playing super good.
You should be your second year, your second run. You've been through the 82. You've been
Right,
through the training, the coaching.
right,
You've seen time on the court. So it's like these guys, 80% of these guys are not going to see the league. You're
right.
playing, right? So
You should be better at your second year. But Oche's his third year. And I no. He hasn't been
I
he
don't see it with him, to be honest. Like, yeah, on only defense, but me, I don't see it. I don't see it.
I think I wanted to see it. right? Because it's the OG comparison. Oh, he's a strong guy because he's built. He's a built man. So you're thinking like, okay, he plays in hard defense, but he can't shoot the corner three at a sufficient rate, and you want that. Like you need someone like everyone's dream. KCPs, the PJ Tuckers. That's your dream type of guys. If when you have a star. So he was very disappointing. He hasn't played well both games. I think it's been kind of embarrassing. But shouts out to them. Like I said, Grady Dick as a whole has been he was impressive. Oh, but the unfortunate part is him and Mugbo, the 31st pick, both got hurt. So they
There's
both
time. There's time. There's time.
yeah,
As
they
long
both
as
so
it's
yeah,
not
so it's
yelling,
nothing crazy.
yeah. As long as it's like a strain, it's all good.
I think they're going to because it's summer league. They may not play them for the rest of the because they want them ready for the
There's no need.
summer.
There's no need. There's no
Yeah,
need.
there's no need. There's no need. And the thing is, the team is deep enough. You may not even need them. Mugbo played well to me. I can already see he is a better handle than like Precious Achua. He has like a physical size of a center, but his best probably position is like a
Four.
yeah, like a four, like maybe a too big of a size small forward, but like probably a perfect power forward and a small ball five.
Well, the league is small ball. Sometimes I see certain lineups and it's like the biggest man is 6'8". So hey,
Right. And he's like 6'8", 6'9". So and he's big and I think he's one of those people, give him some time. Give him reps and time. And that's what I want to see. Like looking at these guys, I'm like, okay, let's just see reps and time.
but to be honest though, with majority of these guys in the summer league, all they need is opportunity
Yeah.
on a team because all these
Right.
guys can play
Right.
at a high level. To be honest,
Right.
they just need really opportunity. 2, 3 years in the league, being trained, see what they can do after all of.
Right.
But unfortunately, they're not going to get that opportunity.
You're right. It is because once you get the opportunity, you need to take it. Like Pascal took it, Fred took it, Norm took it,
Yes.
DeLon took it. Like you have to take the. So I'm hoping like these guys see this opportunity and take it, because I'm telling you that center guy, I like him. I
You like
really
them.
do like him. He's a better defender than Kelly Olynyk right now, right? Better defender than Kelly Olynyk right now. So imagine if this guy can shoot the three at a 40% rate with being 7 foot.
If he's shooting a three at a 40% rate, that's probably the highest percentage for us. What is he, 7 footer?
He's 7 footer.
Yeah, that'll probably be best in the league still for
Yeah.
7 footer.
I
Because
don't know
some
why
footers
he
shoot
I don't know why
40%.
he went undrafted, but I think it's almost one of those assumptions. Oh, he's not going to be quick enough to guard small guys, this and that. He's a white guy. Like I truly think he got a short end of the stick, but from what I've seen, the man is a
European?
shooter.
Is he European?
No, he's just a white man from Utah,
Don't matter.
right?
Don't.
He
He
can
can
shoot
ball. He can
three.
ball.
That's what I'm
He can ball.
saying.
He can ball.
He has the ability to stretch the floor and he can play defense. He's not nothing.
And that's
Lastly,
what's so needed. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no,
That's what's been needed for the Raptors.
right,
What's been needed.
right. I think so too. And then the last thing, so the guy that I think he's the real project that they're gonna wait like maybe 2 years on. His name is is Chomchi, Ulrich Chomchi from they took him from the Basketball Without Borders League, like the one that Masai does in Africa. He's like 19. He's young. He's a baby. He like darn near 7 foot. What you just said. He's one of those people. He's
Yeah,
gonna be. You just need to put him in the lab for 2 years.
yeah. You got it.
Let him do his thing. Because
You
I
got it.
truly think like he has a glimpse, but he's so raw. He's so raw that you can just put him in the lab for 2 years. He may come out being Joel Embiid. I truly think so because he has raw talent. Like you just need to put him there, right? Chet had an advantage because he was in the NBA. Like he didn't play all the year before. He had a whole year to just NBA training, NBA food, everything. So I think the same thing is gonna happen with him. The one thing with this guy, I wish you can see how fast he is.
Serious.
The man's incredibly fast,
Okay.
like Pascal speed, and he's a center. Pascal, 7 foot, 7 footer, just Pascal speed.
So could you see the Raptors maybe playing a more up and down tempo?
I think with a guy like Scotty, they want to, and Manuel quickly.
Yeah.
And you
And
should, because you're young. You're young. You should play up tempo.
yeah. It gives basketball, it's more exciting to watch as a basketball fan, right? And look
Right.
at the Pacers. That up and down tempo got them to where they were, right?
Right. That's what they did. That's why they got a Pascal, right? Because they knew it would help their up and down tempo. So I'm all for this. Let's wait and see. There's a couple games for the rest of the week, and like, I just want to see. I want to see like all these people play. I'm okay. That one guy saying the 19-year-old, he's 905. He's gonna play on the 905. He may play one game if the Raptors aren't good down the line. But you just want to see his growth. Like you want to see his footwork, his ability to shoot. He shot a three, and I don't think he's a 3-point shooter.
You
So,
made it?
and he made it, and he
Okay.
made it. So like, let's see.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
He's raw, but it's like you see something, right? Like that's what you shouts out to like Bruno Caboclo. Yo,
I was thinking about them when you're talking about this project for some reason. It's crazy.
if Bruno, I think they always said like the reason why there's 905 is because of Bruno. But if Bruno, I think he should blame himself. If he took the ball more seriously, he
Yeah.
has yo, what he's doing for the Brazil national team, I'm surprised the team hasn't picked him up yet. He has the size. He's like a center. He's literally like a bigger. This sounds blasphemous, but like a bigger Christoph Porzingis. He's like Vucevic right now. I should say Vucevic.
He's that big. He's that has that
He's
height.
he's big now. Yeah, yeah, and he has the height. Darn near close to 7 foot, if not 7 foot. He has the size. He shoots the three. He's Brazil's best team. He led them to. He's going to the Olympics. He's gonna be the best player on the team. He's going to the Olympics.
It's crazy that international ball and NBA ball is so different.
Yeah, yeah,
And these role players slash beneath role players on their national team are those guys.
yeah. And he's a guy. He's a guy.
You guys sounds like
Yeah, he's a guy still, and he like
holy.
it's one of those things like you wish he would have. I see Masai's vision. Even then, I saw the vision. He was 6'10" and had the ability to shoot the three at a pretty good clip at that time. So you're thinking this guy's only gonna develop into like Chet and blah. Like you thought he's gonna do something,
Yep.
but
Well,
he, I
minimum or like a Lamar Odom.
right. But I think when these guys get the limelight and everyone loves them, the shorties start coming. You start getting confused. I truly think so. I think the shorties start coming, you're confused. I think a lot of mans would have made it in this league, but the world took them. Like I saw some highlights. I know you like this guy a lot, Michael Beasley.
Shout out to MBs. Yeah,
He's a bucket getter,
definitely.
but I think
Ahead
the
of his
world
time.
got him.
I feel like ahead of his time, play style 6'9", count ball shoot, right? I can't he was, but he wasn't because Lamar Odom found a place.
Hmm. That's
It
very true.
it was it was what it was with Beasley.
But
Like
we said with Lamar Odom, it was after Laker time, then he got messed up.
it was Laker time he was kind of messing up, and it was after,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But Beasley, yeah, Beasley, he's a bucket man. He is a bucket. So when the outside world takes you, no one wants to like take that energy.
It's
No one wants
true.
to take that
It's
energy with you.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate. There's a lot of guys that even could have made the league, right?
Definitely.
That it took them. If you heard about a guy, Carl Hines from New York, 90s.
Um, his son, Hines. Is his son coming to the league? I
I
feel like I know the
don't
name.
know. I don't know. I need to get back to you with that. But Carl Hines, New York guy, he was scouted. Boeheim came to the hood. Jim Boeheim came to them and said, come to Q's, da 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 da. I forget where he ends up going. He ends up going to a school. He
Hmm.
misses home. He misses that life, right? Because he was getting money in the street, whatever, right? He missed that life, right? He goes back, gets caught up buying rims, gets shot, gets killed, unfortunate.
That's
And he was
crazy.
the guy. He was the guy in New York, the guy.
Oh, I think I may have heard this story too. Yeah, I think I heard about it.
So it's unfortunate. Like
It's a
things,
lot of cases, right? Like Allen Iverson was this close, man, of just losing everything in
yeah,
high school, just losing everything.
oh, it was crazy. Like they pinned it on him. You already know Virginia is like it's that type of state, right?
They have that energy. They
They
definitely have that
definitely
energy.
have that energy, and this was '90s. So remember that this is now they have the energy you can imagine in the '90s. So
Man, yeah, there's so much cases where man's could have been something, but that's why people rate LeBron so much for kind of steering away from a lot of things. And I tell you all the time, man, these mans want to be successful. Find a woman real quick, hold it down, and
yeah,
run with it.
yeah.
Don't go from shorty to shorty. Don't go from shorty because it's not gonna work out. Stick with one. Someone when you're done work has food already made for you or prepares you a lunch already. This is
But
needed.
you already know. Great advice. I agree with you 100%. But you're 19 years old with $30 million contract and you're signed with Nike,
Yeah, it's true.
right? You're the face of a league or budding face of a league, the biggest basketball league in the world, right?
Right.
So it's to handle that is you got to give it up to him still to handle that, right?
That's why I always say if you look at some of the top 10 NBA players, man, or top 10 players in general, these men are married. They're married.
Because
They're
the
married.
focus, you
Or
can't be
or or they're
focusing on,
single. They're single as like Kevin Durant was single. Like no rumors.
yeah,
No
yeah,
strip clubs like James Harden. None of that. Man
yeah,
was single.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think he's engaged maybe to like a WNBA player, but that didn't work out. Like back,
Locked in. Katie's locked in.
you know what I'm saying? That's what just has to be. But speaking of Katie, we'll get to the next thing. That Team USA.
Shout out the USA team.
They
Boo.
beat Team Canada in an exhibition game. It was an okay game. Embiid got fouled out. Um, that guy, people are gonna hate that guy soon. I truly think so.
I agree with you. I agree.
They're gonna hate him soon.
Once he stops producing, and you eventually will with age,
Yeah.
then your answer is it's not gonna. You're done.
What you just said, I may take it even further. The moment he stops producing, we may never see this guy again. Like in the sense, like if once a team's like, "Oh, you're not scoring baskets anymore, bro," I'm waving you
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
because like he's a very good defender, a very good offensive player, but he needs the ball in his hands.
He definitely
Once,
does.
like, if I don't need you, I don't need you. Like I won't need you. So it's just if you're more hassle to me, DeMarcus Cousins, I tell you all the time, that man is one of the most talented big men of all time.
Definitely. Definitely.
Of all time. And like when the league said, you know what, we don't want you, look at Gordon Hayward. No one wants him. He may sign for a very vet minimum because he's a veteran and people may want him on the squad as a veteran. But people don't want you like that. Not like that.
I forgot he was on OKC when he was on OKC, and then when he
Come on.
subbed, I was like, oh yeah, Hayward's on OKC. True.
Him, Kemba, when the league says we're done with you, especially certain players, you're not
Kemba, that
playing.
one hurt. That one hit here. Kemba. I'm not gonna lie because that's my guy. That's cardiac Kemba.
When you're not a wing, the K word's like almost like when you're not a wing, yeah, the league just says fuck you. High key. Like cut. We don't need you. Right? Unless you're like once you gotta be a certain person. Like Chris Paul, people the league loves you. You're such a good vet.
Yeah.
You're joining with Wemby. It's a good story.
Yes, yes, and he produces.
He,
Like
the person that the
I
league
didn't
wants to
say he produces. He does produce, and he can dance on any guy's
right.
step.
right, right. The league there's some places they're saying, yo, that next man is Russell Westbrook. We're good with you. We're good with you, Russ. Because think about it, Russ has been kind of like that Lakers stint really screwed him over.
Yeah, yeah. It hurt his value,
It hurt his
definitely.
value a lot. So the league doesn't really need him like that.
And
We
it and if you really taking it in, it's not his fault.
It's not his fault. This is where it's like I get cheese at LeBron. Like it is LeBron's fault. I don't care. LeBron's
And no one
sometimes is
wants to
such
go to
a
Lakers, right? It goes back to that's why guys are not trying to go to Lakers.
exactly. Exactly. No one wants to go. So yeah, so the practice run, USA wins. They Canada was leading in the beginning. USA came, they're a deeper team. They should win. They're much deeper. It's a good team. I think the starting unit is not going to stay the starting unit. It's going to change. Anthony Edwards, because I think the way he comes across, that man is the future of the team. I think you might as well, like, I think I've changed my stance. You start Curry, Ant, Tatum, LeBron, and
He's the five.
did you say the five?
He's the five, yeah.
I, I you know, I want to say Anthony Davis. I ain't gonna lie. I want to say Anthony Davis
I would say Anthony Davis.
because I think he makes less mistakes than Embiid. Embiid is just here to like give me the ball and let me do my thing. The man got fouled out. He elbowed freaking what's his name? Dwight Powell. Like, what are you saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. And then he goes like, it's
It's
like
like how me?
it's like you know what you did.
Like
Dwight Powell's a
yeah,
big man, but you're bigger than him. You shouldn't even be doing that stuff.
come on, man. So yeah, I think Anthony Davis was really good, but this is where I remember saying months ago. Anthony Davis is a really good like. Oh, you just want me to rebound and play defense? He's really good at that.
AD
Like
over Embiid. Because you had the LeBron and AD chemistry too. So I'm going with that.
he's gonna grab rebounds for Steph. You know, AD's a good passer. AD's a good passer, so he can pass out. He's tall enough to pass out. Give it to Steph on the corner, whatever. You have Anthony Edwards. You have Jason Tatum. That's who my starting unit would be. I know it says basically we're saying KD's gonna come off the bench, but like, yeah, I guess so.
It doesn't matter though. Like, doesn't matter who comes off the bench because everyone's getting 20, 15, 20 minutes for the game.
So you can say it doesn't matter, but if you're KD, would it not matter? I think the only person it would matter to in my thought process is KD and maybe Embiid.
Like Embiid, it shouldn't matter because you shouldn't even be on the USA team, right?
I agree. You're lucky you're here, sir.
You know what I mean? KD, what is KD will cry. So yeah, he'll cry.
I think they won't start Ant because they're looking at Ant saying like, hey, you're a future two guard for the next two Olympics,
Yeah,
barring health, you're starting. So we can put KD now, right?
but you guys get a medal. It doesn't say on the medal I started or I
It
came off.
doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
says gold, silver, bronze. Like it doesn't.
Melo came off the bench and he was the leading scorer,
Thank you,
right?
thank
Charles
you.
Barkley came off the bench and he was the leading scorer.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
that. I did.
He killed it at that time because he just played freely, right? He did his thing, but you're right. At the end of the day, like you're on the Olympic team, we're still the some of the best players in the world. Like it is what it is. Like just
This
let
is
it.
Canada's best roster though,
This
for
is Canada's best roster,
by far. Like
and the thing is, like Sharp, I think still has such ways to grow, and he's only going up. Matherin only growing up, right? I think me and you both would say we want Zach Edey to do really well.
100%. I'm rooting. Honestly, I'm rooting for Zach. I'm keying on Memphis games this year because of Zach. Let him
Yeah,
do the job.
me too.
I want him to do good because everyone's kind of yo, yo,
Right,
yo.
right. Me too. I agree. I want Zach to do well. So Zach Edey, someone I want to, but I think the Canada still needs more bigs. I think it's the one thing we're missing. We have the guard play, but I think we need the big play. Like we need those mans. But we have the guards, Matherin, like I said. You have Sharp. You have more guys down the pipeline coming. So I
Shea
think
killing it.
yeah, so I think they're gonna be fine. Um, but so now Kawhi's gone.
Big surprise.
Like my thing is like, so he just came for like participation or something. Why'd you come?
This nigga came to show off his new hairstyle.
Legit. Why'd you come?
Take pictures with the Team USA and then just to say, I was on the team, I declined it.
I
Like,
think he like low key was like, oh, I'm not starting. Oh, why am I playing?
you're
I
not
don't know.
starting because you can't even, you're on a minutes restriction.
Like, why am I here? So it kind of sucks that he did it. And then Derek White came, right? Like we said, Jaylen Brown. There's some rumors about Jaylen Brown being unhappy. One person said this one thing, and I kind of agree. And I want to get your thoughts. To get Jaylen Brown, he's another scorer.
Yeah,
Does this team need another scorer? Because you bring Derek White. Derek White's going like, oh my god, I normally play with two guys who are the scorers. I got five other guys who are the scorers. Well, for when I'm playing, there's four other guys who are the scorers. I just gotta play defense. So I'll guard Shea, and that's all I gotta do is guard Shea. Oh bless, I'm good. So I think it's a different mentality. I think the question is, would Jaylen Brown do it? I think he would. But what's your thoughts?
Jaylen Brown would do it definitely, right? But I see what you're saying. Like they want a more cohesive unit. You know what I mean? They just want, okay, every man that can score on the same time or the same play style on the squad, but it is what it is. It's politics too. It's a mix of politics. It's a mix who's the better fit. It's a mixture of a couple of things. So, but I feel a good player, good or great players will get it done. They'll work together. They'll figure it out. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think you should. I think like they're all learning each other. But to me, I think LeBron sees it too. So like KG posted this, and I think me and you have said the same thing. LeBron can technically stay in the league way longer if he played the Draymond role. Like, oh, I'm the smartest guy on the team. I'm a 6'9", 6'10" Chris Paul. I'll just tell you guys where to go, and then you guys just do your thing,
Definitely.
right? He can stay in the league way longer just by doing
Scary. And that's scary
it.
to stay in the league that long. That's actually scary.
Yeah,
Because he's
his
not moving like Kareem was moving at like 39. He's
right,
not.
right. It's true, and like um, and the thing is, Kareem played 4 years in college.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that's people don't understand. He played 4 years in college, so Kareem has still played more years of basketball than LeBron did,
Which is wild. Which is wild.
right? So like, um, yeah, I would say but yeah, LeBron could just on this USA team. I think you give it to Embiid, you give it to Anthony Edwards. You're still the best team. It doesn't really matter who scores.
Exactly.
We're just the best team here. We don't need to worry about okay, we need somebody to go ISO. No, honestly, the best play is someone you know, guard or let Steph just run around and just like screen for Steph and let Steph just do his thing. I let
Just
Anthony Edwards just do his thing.
because you got to step up on him. He's going to have that up fake, creates the defense to shift, ball movement. Just the best shot because all y'all can shoot within reason. All
Right.
y'all can, you know what I mean? Create within reason, right? Even the bigs
And you
can.
still have KD. You still have KD who can do his own thing too. So KD, like just wherever you want it, you're a bucket getter.
But
Just
I
get
was
the
hearing
bucket.
a stat before even the game was done that the USA had, I think, 20 assists or more than 20 assists, and then they had what 80 something points.
At one point, I think yeah, they were talking about a lot of their assists. I think they passed the ball a lot.
So they clearly don't have that problem. Like it's just bing, 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 which is
Yeah,
good.
to me, like we're all. This is where sometimes like, why do you guys all have egos? Bro, you guys are all making like 60 mil a year. You're all number ones on your team. You're
Yeah,
playing for team the states. No one's gonna be like, well, this proves it. Steph is the number one player in the world. No one's gonna think this.
no
No
one's
one
gonna care. They
cares.
just care if you guys get a gold medal. If not, then you guys are ass. You guys are butt.
Exactly. It's just a gold medal. So to me, yeah, we should all get 10 points. like the way this could be the perfect. I know Greg Popovich doesn't coach it, but like that Spurs system, like pass it to Steph, or Steph passes it to KD, pass it to Booker, passes it to Tatum. Bro,
Speaking of the Spurs system, speaking of Pop, DeRozan under the Spurs system was averaging 7 assists one season with the Spurs,
yeah,
most in his career,
yeah.
right? Spurs system.
But I will say, like people say, like the Pop and the Spurs helped DeMar as a passer. That year before with Toronto, he averaged 5 assists
Yeah. Now,
after averaging like three.
yeah. No, he got
He
better. He got better.
like Nick Nurse was the one who said like, "Yo, here's the ball," because he was the offensive coordinator for Dwayne Casey's coaching staff, and said, "Here." And if you look at Kyle's numbers dropped as an assist guy because they're like, let DeMar do it,
Mm,
right? So that's why De'Aaron Fox for the Kings can play off ball more, but the person who gets the ball the most is Sabonis. Sabonis
yeah.
really dictates
As he
how
should.
everything.
As he should. As he should.
And Sabonis is that guy still. I ain't gonna. I like Sabonis. Certain players in this league, man, I think they're good players. They may not always give you the championship, but they're good. But yeah, Team USA, they're gonna win. Let's go before we do our main thing. Jalen Brunson signed the contract. He signed, I forgot what it was.
I think 138 something.
Yeah, I think yeah, 150. Jalen Brunson. He'll tell me right away once I look at it. So he signed a contract extension, I should say. A 4 year, 156 mil, like contract extension. Because he could have opted out last for this coming season. He'll
No,
opt out, but he
no,
didn't.
at
Very
all.
so everyone's like, he saved them so much money because he could have opted out next year if he became an All NBA player. This is all ifs. If he became All NBA player, I think it could have been a 5 year 200 like and 250 million. So it could have been
Well,
like a 70 mil type area. And he basically said nah, because it now gives them more flexibility to pay everybody while potentially doing some trades or whatever they need to do. So he's helped New York a lot.
New York shouldn't diss him. I hope New York don't diss him because that's a lot.
It
That
just,
we're
like,
the
you
guys
can't
are
trade them.
selling. Yeah,
You can't trade them
don't.
ever, ever. Like you said, it's
You're
imagine
getting
if
him
they were to
on
trade
a
this guy.
discount. You're getting him on less than OG.
You can't
Brunson is getting paid less than OG.
it if you were to trade him, just know that no one's ever going to New York again because he took less. So you guys can do your thing in the
Def-
margins.
Definitely. You guys, Dolan. Is this still Dolan the owner?
Yeah.
Uh, this guy's known to not make good decisions. But lately, I don't know. There's been better decision making. And
But that's all because of like Leon Rose and like their management team now is way better than it was before. Like way better. But shouts out to Jalen Brunson. Shouts out to your organization. You guys are lucky this man took a pay cut. Legit took
Jan,
a pay cut. But at the end of the day, we say pay cuts, but like the man it's still a millionaire. Yes, there's a difference between 30 or basically 60 and 45 million. We get that. But he's still making his dough.
still
And,
millions.
yeah,
Still,
and you get taxed crazy anyway.
yes.
Like crazy.
New York City cost of living is heavy too, right? Yeah.
And you're playing for New York. So guess what? You're gonna be the king of New York even when you retire. They're starting to act like LA and be like, yo, when you are with us, we love you forever.
hmm hmm
So you'll go get a free slice of pizza. Dude, I hate that. But to our main event, the summer is gone and everything. It's gone. A bunch of off-season stuff happened. There's still a few. Will Brandon Ingram get traded? Will Zach LaVine get traded? Trey Young, Laurie Marketing. There's things that can change everything.
Boy, marketing rumor. Yeah, yeah. Trust
There's a lot of rumors everywhere about that guy. But we right now are gonna choose, who we believe are the best teams in the West and the best teams in the East.
me. Okay.
Which division did you want to go first?
Well, let's go. I'll go to conference actually. We'll go to East.
So yeah,
The
which yeah, you go East Conference.
Yeah,
So did you go all 15 teams?
I did. Well, I did playoff. I did playoff to be
So the
honest.
eight?
I did eight. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I did all 15, but I was gonna do the eight, but I had to, you had to give all the names just so you don't forget a team. You're like, what if they make it? So but we can do eight for sure. So can you give me your East? Because I'll give you mine after. Give me five, six, seven, and eight, and I'll give you my five, six, seven, and eight.
Five, six, seven, eight in the East.
Yeah.
Okay. My five, six, seven, eight in the East is still. I'm still going with the Magic, right? At five.
Hmm.
Six, I'm going with the Pacers still. Seven, I'm going with the Heat. Eight, I'm going with the I'm going with the Bulls.
You think the
I'm
Bulls?
I'm riding with because for eight, it's not gonna be the Pistons, it's not gonna be the Wizards, it's not gonna be the Nets, the Hawks, it's not gonna be the Hawks.
No,
And is it gonna be the Hornets?
they're possible.
So it's either the Hornets or the Bulls for eight,
So
my
you
opinion.
so you think Zach LaVine, Kobe White, um, the thing
Vucevic,
is they as much as how bad they are, I put them like second last, but that's with the thought process of like Zach LaVine's leaving, Vucevic is leaving,
I'm
but
going with
like
what it is right now, with the roster is right now, because he hasn't left yet, right? We
yeah,
don't know what they're getting for him. We don't know what team is. So as of right now, July 14th,
yeah.
right?
I
As
used
of
to have
right
Kobe White, and Kobe White killed it. And then if you're saying Josh Giddey, like there's chances that they could still be eighth, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, you're right. I think in that
I know
sense,
it's out there take, but every take can't make perfect sense.
right, right.
Mhm.
So my five, six, seven, eight is I had, or oh sorry, the Pacers at five, the
Yeah.
Cavs at six.
Okay.
You're gonna think this one's crazy. The Bucks at seven, and the
I
Heat
think
at eight.
I
And the reason why I had it is because I felt like the first four are the first four, but I also think like the Cavs, as long as Garland's on the team, they're going to be a good team. They're going to win games. Pacers, I also think they're going to be a good team as well. The Bucks, I truly just don't think they're going to be better than a lot of teams because a lot of teams are, younger. They're hungrier still. I think Giannis is hungry. I mean, Giannis is
yeah,
going. I think
yeah.
Giannis may have an MVP type season next year. But I just nothing else. And the Heat didn't do a lot. I do like their rookie, but they're I think sometimes people are banking on like certain things and like, bro, teams are hungry. Teams are hungry. So
Teams
that's
are hungry. If he is healthy, they're going to be decent though. We know that.
right, right. The Heat will always defend and be there. They're just gonna be there. Who's your one to four?
My one to four, you already know is Beantown. One, right? Two, honestly, I'm still going with the Knicks still. They're
Mhm,
better. They're better this year, right? I don't believe in this team to go far, but I believe they're going to win a lot of regular season games.
mhm,
And it's where Lowry is agreeing on a deal still, right? Philly, right?
mhm,
At
mhm.
the third. And then fourth, damn, Bucks, Cavs, right?
Yeah,
Bucks.
yeah.
Bucks should be fourth. They should be fourth.
Dude, did you pick? Where did you have the Cavs?
I have the Cavs ninth.
That is a take.
It's a take still. It's a take. It's a take. It's a take. I have Cavs as a play-in. It's a take. It's a take.
Damn. So you think they're gonna lose some games?
It's a take. It's a take. It's a take.
The thing is, because Donovan Mitchell just knows how to win games. So I just believe he'll win games. But I think I have everything. I have the Celtics, the Knicks, the 76ers, because I think the three best teams in the East, like they are the three best teams even when you
Yeah,
look at Philly's like
yeah,
roster, they're missing people. Like they're very top heavy, but like they need some more. It looks. I like the Caleb Martin picking. I like them as a squad.
Yes,
Um,
that's a good role guy they picked up, and he took a pay cut, which is so funny.
I picked Orlando fourth, but I'll say right now, I will not be shocked if Orlando's higher, especially if Franz has a bounce back. Like he playoff wise, he wasn't good, but if Franz plays like the guy who just got the freaking extension, then then
Full
they're a
M.
good team, right? Because
Yeah,
they're still young. You got KCP, who I just think is a flipping winner.
I love KC.
He's a winner, and then someone said that we don't talk about Cade as much because Detroit sucks, but we don't talk about Paolo as much as we should. Paolo's fucking good,
He's nice. He's very nice, and people forget like this guy's legit 6'10".
and he's only like 18 to 20 points a game.
Yeah,
Let this man like give us 24, 25 a game.
yeah. Let
If
him get better efficiency, scoring and shooting and more. You know what I mean?
So I'm pretty high on Orlando right now. Um, they still have a young core. They still have Jonathan Isaac to play defense. Like you have Jalen Suggs, who's one of the best guard defenders in the league. As a You do the best defensive team in the league.
Very good. Fultz is
Um,
not a slouch defender either. Same with Cole Anthony.
right. Like you have guys. So I think it's gonna be a good team. I wouldn't even if I moved them to third. But I think the Knicks will win games. And the Celtics, we both picked the Celtics to be number one, but if the Celtics are number one, I don't believe. Would you be shocked if they're not number one?
Would I be shocked if they're not number one by let's say 2 or 3 games? I
Yeah,
wouldn't be shocked. But if it's like five, like
yeah.
seven or
Like
more,
they're not going to be a fourth seed. The Celtics.
no.
They'll be like a one or two. They're
I'm
taking
not
next year
seeing
off.
even them as a third seed. I don't even see them as a third seed. I see them as 1 or 2.
They're gonna chill, but they ain't going not
They're
sleeping.
not gonna slide to 3. They're gonna chill. They're gonna be like, okay, and we're gonna see it in the season where it's like, okay, these guys kind of, you know,
They did whatever they had to do.
let's just get to the playoffs kind of mentality.
I did want to mention, and we'll deep dive into this like later on, in our pods, like in the next few weeks. I think Detroit is a young team that I would think about because I think I'm coming from a point of eventually you got to be good.
Hmm.
Eventually.
Hmm.
The Wizards, if I tell you that it's Malcolm Brogdon, Jordan Poole, Jonas Valanciunas, Kuzma, uh, Koulibaly, like, and me saying it, it sounds like a good, it has a lot of names, I should say. But maybe it doesn't move people. Maybe it doesn't move you when I say them.
It not really, but it a team as an overall team, they have guys to play roles.
That's the thing. They're gonna trade most of those players. The Hawks, I think about it more. Why do you have Trey Young there?
I agree with that 100%.
Like you got this number one overall pick. Like he's not gonna flash anything this year. Trey Young is gonna be on this team's not gonna be good.
Not at all.
And so Trey Young's getting traded for sure. I can say it today, he's getting traded. But he would have to carry them so much. I don't see
He's
that.
not capable. He's
No,
not capable of that much carrying.
no, not at all.
I'm not saying
But
he's not a bad player, but to carry these guys, you're gonna
it's a lot.
need 35 a game and like 12. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a lot for sure. Western Conference, the way harder conference.
This is tough, man. Can't
Way
lie.
harder conference,
Tough,
man.
man.
I don't even know how I picked what I picked. I think I'm so wrong in just looking at it right now. But
I'm just shoot, man.
yeah, you're
I
five,
think
6, 7, and 8.
5, 6, 7, 8, 5. Shoot, man. 5 is gonna be the. This is gonna be tough to say, but hey, 5 is gonna be. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the Suns at 5. To be honest, they're just up a little bit. The Suns 5. Mavs, they're just trading places. Mavs and Suns are trading places, right? 5 is Suns, 6 is Mavs, 7 is Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're obviously got better, but I don't think it's Seven is Pelicans. Eight is Kings.
Mm.
I think Lakers are going to be ninth this year. They didn't get better, right? The rookie out of Tennessee, that white boy, I forget his name, but
Connect.
he's a three-level scorer, right? But it's still a LeBron show, still an AD show.
It is.
You know what I mean? So, but Lakers are playing. They're ninth, right? So, yeah,
I picked for me, fifth was Nuggets,
okay,
sixth was Kings, seventh
okay,
was Suns, and eighth was Lakers.
okay.
And the crazy with the Western Conference, I think we have to talk about who doesn't make it because there's so much teams that like I looked at, I'm like they should make it, right? Because they're good, they're good teams. Who's your one to four?
See, I'm on the fence with four, right? I had Clippers originally, the old school, but the thing is, they're not going to be there.
No, I took them out. I'll tell you right now, Clippers are. Uh, I have the Clippers 12. No, I have the Clippers 13th in the Western Conference. Yeah, I don't believe in them at all. There's too
Yeah,
much good, hungry, young, actually wanted teams.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But it's gonna shock, right? But the one is gonna be, I'm going with the Wolves,
Mm-hmm.
like, for one, right? Two, I'm going with the Thunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Three, I'm gonna put Nuggets fourth actually now. I'm gonna put Nuggets fourth. I'm gonna put Nuggets fourth. Three is a tough one still, right? Because there's two teams I just want to think that they're just gonna shock everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's two teams. There's one team where I think they want to shock everyone. I'll put them fourth now. But there's one team, and this is gonna sound it's a crazy take. I want the Spurs to be fourth.
This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. This guy's on the Wemby high.
I'm on the Wemby. I'm on the CP. I'm on the CP when he goes to underdog teams in a sense,
I hear you. I hear you still.
right? It's a crazy take. It has to be. You can't agree with everything, but
So who you had OKC? No, so you had the
no,
Wolves.
I have Minnesota, OKC, Denver, Spurs.
Then who's your fifth? The Clippers?
Clippers were the fifth was Suns actually. Yeah, it was the Suns.
You pick Suns.
Suns and Mavs.
Oh
Clippers
yes,
were
yes,
in
yes.
it.
Suns.
Clippers
Yeah,
were
yeah.
in it.
Suns, Mavs. Okay, so mine was OKC first because I just think like, yeah, Wolves,
Okay, yeah.
Dallas.
Dallas is up. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm thinking they're gonna win games because they're the team that I didn't hear you say, and I feel like once I say this team, I feel you may change your list a little bit. The Grizzlies are my fourth team because I'm thinking like
Why am I not putting the Grizzlies?
because they have to come up, they have to come up,
You're right. Still, I don't know. I'm not putting the Grizzlies.
right?
Yeah,
They have to come up. The Grizzlies have to do.
They definitely have to come up. They
Like
have to.
they were second and third before the jaw injury, like last year. They were, I think, second place the year and then the third place before. Like they know how to win games. They're still pretty young. So
Thinking injuries. Wow. I'm thinking injuries.
right, yeah, yeah. It's just Brandon Clark's
I need
back.
to think future. I need to think future. The only future I thought of was the Spurs.
Yeah, the Grizzlies, I think they have to be a top eight seed. I do think so. Um, the Pelicans just missed out. Like the West is just so deep.
It's too deep because it's like
Like the Pelicans just missed out. Your team, which I honestly was about to put top eight, was the Rockets
I feel you, but I don't know. I
because they
don't
were
know.
41 and 41, and their rookie is going to win rookie of the year. Like he's probably my vote right now.
Who was their rookie that's going to win Rookie of the
Reed
Year?
Shepard, he's killing it.
Heard that name, but I hear that
He's
name.
killing it.
Hear that name.
He was a guy that people are like, he should be first overall. He's killing it. He's killing it. He really is. He's killing it. He's like a good guard. He can score the basket. Like, yeah, he's killing it. He is. I'll say that. And then the team that neither of us have talked about, and it sucks. The Warriors. Not everyone can make it.
Like, what's there to talk about the Warriors? You know what I mean?
Like
Because
Steph has to really care.
player,
Kaminga would have to be a 26-point game scorer, bro. Like,
he has the capability, but not yet.
yeah, you have to like literally be most improved candidate, like top
And
three.
he will. He will be most improved candidate, 100%.
I think so
Because
too. Yeah,
scoring aside from Curry.
yeah, yeah. The trajectory is crazy. Like the Jazz and the Blazers shouldn't be good. Like the Blazers should be the worst team in the league.
Definitely.
Uh, the because I'm thinking who's the Jazz are gonna once they trade Laurie Markkinen, they can because if you keep Laurie Markkinen, you're almost still too talented because you have him, you have Clarkson. They they weirdly play okay defense. You have Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler. Like you have a little bit too much guys.
They got guys in Utah. It's just they need to have more chemistry. They need to fill more voids. But they have guys over in Utah. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think the teams I can see dropping is like the Nuggets we had mentioned, because like I was listening to their GM talk, and he was kind of cocky. In my opinion, he's kind of cocky. I don't see confidence. In his mind, he's like, "Oh, we have Jokic, so it doesn't matter who we bring around him; they're gonna be good." I'm thinking to myself, like, you can't have that mentality. That doesn't always work at all. It doesn't always work. You should put some talent around him because then he's just
100.
caring. So I think so. The Kings, I think the Kings have to play like it's funny, like the Pacers. Like keep playing as much offense as you can and you'll win games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not defensive at all. Trust me.
Yeah, just play offense, just keep playing, then you'll win games. But if you don't, then you're screwed. Um Suns aren't deep enough. Like there's certain teams, like if you truly ask me, I believe more in the Pelicans and the Rockets because they're young and want it more than I believe in the Suns and Lakers. Like if I could switch right now, I would put the Pelicans and the Rockets first. Well, not first, but like further than Suns and Lakers. I'm just thinking KD and LeBron,
Yeah,
Booker. Like I'm thinking like okay, they're gonna win games. I'm
which
like, are
is
they?
which is true. They should. It's just they're not going to win playoff series.
Because your Rockets team, it's one of those teams, and people have said this, or I've heard people say it already. When you're too good, not too good, but there's too much guys you're developing that are developing at the right track. You're like, shit. I love you, Fred, but Amen Thompson is the future.
Yeah. Or I love you, Jalen Green, but the rookie. What's his name? What's
Or
his
Reed
name?
Shepard,
Reed Shepard.
Cam Whitmore. Like, hey, I kind of want to see what this man can do more because he was
It's
doing.
getting to like maybe OKC in a sense. A lot of guys, talent wise.
You gave a lot of guys. You have to have a hierarchy at one point. You look at okay, Shea's team, then it's J Dub, then it's Chet, or we Chet and then J Dub. You just have to come to that understanding,
Finish J-Dub before Chet still has to be.
right? Houston's still figuring it out because you technically don't know is it Senguns or if it's Jalen Greens.
It's definitely Sengun because Jalen Green's not serious.
But then Jalen Green, when Sengun got hurt, they went on that run with Jalen Green killing it.
That don't mean nothing because that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
I don't.
I
You just
see. I
know
see. Jalen Green. Remember, Jalen Green is supposed to be this good or better, right?
he has to be
Sengun
more
wasn't.
consistent. He has to be more consistent.
Sengun wasn't supposed to be where he is right now.
Yeah, I can see that. I agree. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. I don't know. I think it's one of those. It's one of those things. The Western Conference should be fun to watch this season.
It'd be crazy.
It should be fun to watch, man. And like the Pelicans, I'm putting high respect because I like Dejounte Murray for them. But then in the same sense, I'm like, what is your plan at center? But they're still one of the deepest teams. You have Herb Jones, you have Trey Murphy the third, like who's a shooter, shooter.
Clap, clap, clap.
Like, you have Mans. The Clippers, I really don't believe in at all. Because is Kawhi going to be healthy all season?
It's the
Like
main thing. That's the
that's a
main.
team I don't believe in. Them losing Paul George, they're acting like it's nothing. Yo, And when I look at the Clippers, you're not better than OKC. You're not better than the Wolves. You're not better than Dallas. You're not better than the Grizzlies. You're not better than the Nuggets. You're not better than the Kings. You're not better than the Suns. You're not better than the Lakers. You're not better than the Pelicans. I don't think you're better than the Rockets. Warriors, I think you're more closer to. If
So you feel
Wendy,
Clippers are 11th.
I really don't think they're that good at all. Like at all. The Spurs, I like your Spurs take. I like the thought that he is a generational talent.
Chris Paul is that guy. He's
You're
that
right. He's done it
guy. That's why
before.
I'm gonna. The thing. I'm like, okay, when was the last time Chris Paul was on a team that won less than 40 games?
You're right. You're right.
Has he been on a squad that won less than 40 games aside from his early, maybe New Orleans Pelicans?
He was on a team in OKC with a very young Shea, like a very young Shea, a very young Dort,
Yeah, he was. He was.
and
That's
he literally well, they were like fifth or sixth place.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
So
they took like Houston to like I want to say 6 games. Oh no, took them to 7 games.
and what happened when he went to the Suns when they just had Booker and Aiton?
Come on, he took them to the finals. Like I agree with you. I'm not even a Chris Paul fan, and I can say I can
I'm
say
just saying like the what he brings to a team, an actual guard, and then you got a little veteran with you Darns over there too in San Antonio. So it's like
you have
they're
the intelligence is there, so you just need Vassell and Sohan and Keldon Johnson to just
they're
be like,
gonna fall
hey,
in line because you know what I mean. There's a more of a hierarchy now.
this guy has me thinking that when we do this again, Spurs may be a top 8 team to me.
Spurs is,
Maybe,
I'm 100% guaranteeing you, Spurs is in the top 8 this year. I'm 100%.
and unless they're like, we want one more top pick, Wemby, can you sit down with us real quick? Because that can happen. You know how these people are. They'll be like, sit down with me real quick. Let me just talk to you.
Sit down. We want Cooper to play alongside of you.
But I like Stephon Castle, the rookie. He's a really good guard to put Chris Paul with.
He's a guard
Um,
as well.
he played for UConn, like so you know he has intelligence.
He two
He's,
or a one.
he's a one,
He's not a combo then, huh? He's a
and
one.
he's a one. And they say his game is kind of like Drew Holiday, Derek White.
Selfless.
He's selfless,
Jeez.
and you need to when that guy's 7'4", you just have to give him the ball, let him do his thing. He can shoot over everybody, shoot
That's
three.
the right kind of character Spurs need. Oh man.
This guy is winning me over with the Spurs. This I can't believe this. You're winning me over. I would put them above the Warriors already. You've won me over to put them above the Warriors. The Rockets, you put me on the Rockets, so now I don't want to get off that train because you already put me on there. So
I feel like right now the Spurs possibly the Spurs should have a better record than the Rockets. They should. Even whether you agree with them fourth or not, they should have a better record than Rockets, the Spurs.
yeah, because you're believing in the one guy over everything.
I'm believing in CP and him to get it done like he's always been doing. In franchises, granted, the franchises he went to didn't win like 25 games or 27 games the year before he came, right? Suns weren't ass like that,
Yeah,
right? OKC wasn't that. OKC wasn't, you know what I mean? But I see you scratching your head. I know you thinking. I know you
I'm
thinking.
thinking, bro. I like it. I like it. I like the take.
You gotta,
I like
hey,
the take. As long as
sports. You got
yeah, yeah. You got your Spurs take. I got my Clippers take that they're just gonna be trash to me.
the mistake is gonna.
They're gonna be trash. I'm not trying to. I don't believe them at all. Kawhi, like, thank you so much, Kawhi, for what you did in 2019 for us. I appreciate it. All of us, are very thankful for what you did for us. But other than that, like, you've done nothing to me. Like nothing.
Yeah, but you know, Kawhi healthy for a full season with some role players is they're a decent squad.
I will say you're right.
They're a
But
decent squad. Healthy, like 70 games.
now to me, just like try to tank it. Trade trade Kawhi to Utah.
Oh
Get
shit!
their draft picks.
Oh shit!
Get their draft picks. Trade Norm to another team. Get their draft picks. Like just accumulate draft picks.
Just farm it.
Why not? That's how I see it. Why not? Do whatever you can. But they can't because they don't have any draft picks. Because you traded them to get Paul George.
You
You
need to
gave it to
trade
OKC.
draft picks. You need to trade your guys for picks,
You
and just
traded to OKC. Like what this is why OKC is like the best franchise right now. Because you have all the young talent, plus you have fucking draft picks
yes,
galore.
yes. You're in the driver's seat.
You're just you're waiting for you're waiting for the Lakers to say we're done with Anthony Davis. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's who you get. But that's it for the podcast. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
Nah, you know,
Okay.
not at the moment. We're gonna see what unfolds in the summer league. I need to pay more attention to what's going on in the summer league. You know what
It's
I mean? 'Cause I
simple.
need to see this Reed Shepherd that play
Yeah,
real
see
tough.
some highlights, man. The man's good. The man is good. We may do like a special pod like next week where you've always wanted to do some draft talk, like some past draft. We may do some past draft as well. We'll see. You never know. Maybe there'll be some huge NBA news. Um, but we'll definitely see. So for YS, it's your boy Mike. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And shouts out to Wemby. Let's just say shouts out to Wemby. Shouts out to Team Canada. Team Canada plays like 3 times this week, I think. I think they play tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll probably talk some Team Canada hoops as well. But we will talk to you guys once again. Peace.